EOM Business Network. So much for one broadcast.
Hello everyone, it's another beautiful day and thank you very much for joining us. You're watching the EOM Business Network, indeed the voice of corporate Nigeria. I am Olorogo Elkanah Mawari. Today on the program, we shall be taking a look at the Nigerian economy from the viewpoint of industry operators. Also on the lineup is Let's Talk, and our focus is on Spring Rock Group in a one-on-one with AK, an audacious, astute, highly experienced petroleum engineering expert, vision-driven entrepreneur and industry captain who is the Chief Executive Officer, Spring Rock Group, a leader in the oil and gas industry in Nigeria, and indeed one of the 100 most distinguished CEOs in Nigeria in 2023. On Spot On, we shall continue with an embodiment of intelligence, astute entrepreneur, real estate management expert and industry captain, Dikin Babajide John Durojai, who is the founder, group managing director and chief executive officer of Ligrande Property Development Company Limited, one of the fastest growing diversified real estate firms in Africa, and indeed one of the 100 most distinguished CEOs in Nigeria in 2023. And on the face-to-face is another production variant of our close-up with a quintessential gentleman, certified energy engineer, philanthropist, vision-driven entrepreneurial expert, and renowned industry captain, Dr. Raymond Sheyi Akintayo, who is the founder, group managing director, and chief executive officer of the Kabota Group Limited, a frontline multifaceted conglomerate in Africa, and indeed one of the 100 most distinguished CEOs in Nigeria in 2023. It's a package you'll love to watch. Sit back as we bring you the details.
Hello there. Hello everybody. We are Legrand Properties Development Company Limited. We're a real estate and construction company with over 20 years of construction experience that has bettered over 11 completed estates with world-class infrastructures, all residents in Nigeria. What stands us out is that we go the extra mile to deliver all our estates with impeccable excellence, quality delivery, and robust integrity. Please kindly listen to the testimonies of some of our homeowners.
Indeed, it's a place I'm happy to come home to. They manage the property very well.
We have two sections of buildings in this estate. We have the phase 1, we have the phase 2.
This beautiful place on the mainland, we're used to seeing all these kind of things on the island, and I was like, well, I'm interested.
So this will be a good time to be looking at, real estates in Nigeria, that at least you can see evidence of their track record, what they've done.
I'd say kudos to them. They've done well, and I think they would have gained the confidence of most potential buyers.
Chief Ms. Carolina Hutchins is the founder, managing director, and chief executive officer of Hutchins Limited.
Our vision is to collaborate with our clients to give them quality properties, quality services, inclusive of a good customer service experience, which is there's a huge gap for that in the industry, and then also to give them good management service, quality, then value for your investment as well. That is our vision. And then our mission in real estate in the industry is to be the pioneer. To be the pioneer at the end of the day. We have leapfrogged and and I'm happy. So it's to be the pioneer and the star of the markets and position ourselves in such a way that when you talk about the top 5 companies real estate in Nigeria, our name must be the 3rd or the 2nd. When it comes to quality, control, when it comes to customer service, when it comes to innovation, you must talk about us. Oh, yes. For you to actually recognize us and honor us, it is a positive impact. It shows that we are achieving that right now. And I believe that in a couple of years to come, we will be a force to reckon with globally.
This is Spring Rock Group. We are a privately held energy company positioned to deliver world-class solutions in the oil and gas and power sectors of the energy domain. Our vision is to be the leading provider of services in the domain that we participate. Spring Rock Group, call us now. AKU is the Chief Executive Officer of Spring Rock Group, one of the frontline diversified oil and gas firms in Nigeria.
Before I get into what you're really calling corporate social responsibility, but let me talk about Spring Rock Group as a company and how we want to interact with the society. One of our main mantra is diversity. And when we look at diversity, we look at it in terms of geographical spread. We also look at it in terms of gender. Okay. One of our cardinal principles in Spring Rock is that women or females will occupy 50% of the positions in Spring Rock. Today we're about 44%. So we are not far from there. And I'll be happy to go beyond 50%, but minimum 50%, that's the goal. And there's a very good business reason for that. That's one. Secondly, as a Nigerian company, we want to have our team coming from across Nigeria. And we actively track. Today, as I speak to you, we have employees from 24 states out of 36. That's actually significant for a young organization like us, but we're not happy yet. And I've given the HR department the goal that by the end of 2025, we must have at least one person from each of the states in Nigeria. So part of what we want to do with the society is to make sure that we are an organization that is diverse in terms of gender and does have a spread across the country. We are a Nigerian organization. We are not a Lagos organization. So that's one element. The second, now going back to specific corporate social responsibilities. Today, we engage more in the line of what helps education and what empowers people. We have a program that we call the University Gambit. And what we're doing with the University Gambit is we go to various universities and we identify students who are interested in coding, okay? And we induct them and we put them through our system. And what happens out of that is they have people mentoring them and helping them to learn to code. We are also benefiting from some of the work they are doing, and they are getting stipends. So they're actually being paid while in school, right? And we are also thinking of how we may diversify that to, instead of giving them money directly, we can maybe take over their tuition and so on and so forth, right? So the idea being to help these young persons to grow their skills. And when they graduate, they are not under any obligation to come to us. If they graduate, they want to come join us, fine. they say, I don't like you anymore, I want to work somewhere else, we wish them the best, right? So we also participate with a number of organizations in activities that are related to STEM. STEM is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Particularly also to encourage females, to be participants in STEM program. And of course, whenever we are working in a community, we engage with the community and we look at ways that we can contribute to what is happening in that environment. So that's how we engage the Nigerian space as a whole. We are a Nigerian company. We want to be diverse. We want to have everybody in Nigeria working for us. We want to be equally men and women. And that way we are capturing the breadth of the country. And we're actually the better company that we want to be. In the next few years, I expect this brand to have its own oil and gas field, pumping oil and gas, in addition to all the different things that it's doing. I also expect this brand to be a well-established name in the ICT domain, whether it's in software development, whether it's in e-commerce, whether it's in fintech, and so on and so forth. I expect this brand to be well established in the business services space, and most importantly, I expect this brand to have the Spring Rock Technologies Park, where we are going to incubate ideas, bring in different people, to be able to work and create ideas. And beyond creating ideas, I am looking at leveraging. That's really where I'm going. So if we created something, we were thinking of agriculture. Can we take it to manufacturing, right? Can we take it to the hospital? Or if we created something and we're thinking of oil and gas, does it have a role to play somewhere else? So once we're able to draw those dots, you could see that one small innovation grows and expands in various domains. Because I believe for a long time, Africa has been satisfied being a consumer of innovation, and we no longer should be. We should be developing and providing innovation to the rest of the world so that they should consume a bit of our own innovation the same way we'll consume some of theirs. So Spring Rock is already in that journey. We want to expand it beyond Spring Rock and go into all different domains and be a provider of new innovations to the rest of the world.
This is Spring Rock Group. We are a privately held energy company positioned to deliver world-class solutions in the oil and gas and power sectors of the energy domain. Our vision is to be the leading provider of services in the domain that we participate. Spring Rock Group, call us now. Deacon Babajide John Durojaye, an embodiment of intelligence, astute entrepreneur, philanthropist, real estate management expert, and industry captain, is the founder, group managing director, and chief executive officer of Le Grande Properties Development Company Limited, one of the frontline diversified real estate group of companies in Africa, and indeed one of the 100 most distinguished CEOs in Nigeria in 2023.
We have a payment plan that you're only going to pay 30%. Then the second one is called rent to own. And that is what many people are not keen into. Many people don't understand. And I will appreciate if you can really spread this for people to understand what government planned also for them. The era of carrying so much of money to go and buy houses is gone. Once you are an adult, you can own a house. Why are you owning a house? It's for you to also have value from what you are paying. Most of us are used to paying landlord rent, next year another rent, next year another rent, and those money will just go like that. What rent to own is giving you is that once you are paying, you are the owner of your house. So you are paying the rent for that your house. So if the house is 20 million So you are paying that rent to be able to pay down that 20 million. And the advantage of it, which a lot of people needs to key into, is that if that house value increase from 20 million to 40 million, you are still the owner of that 40 million. Many people have lived before in Palm Grove. They pay rent for 10 years and they can't pay the rent again. They have to move to Agege or move to Ota. That means they are reducing in value, they themselves. But what this one is giving you is you will remain in that place in Palm Grove and you are enjoying the value as you are paying. So nothing is wasted. So what we are saying is that you will be paying also out of your salary. A portion that is meant for housing is being released every month. So once you are working, once you are collecting salary, once you have a portion for housing, that means you are a property owner. The tenant want to erase it. So that is what Alexandra Court is for. Alexandra Court in Bejuleki is to make you a house owner and not a tenant. No matter how small you are paying per month. So you can start paying today. What you need to do is pay the 10%. Design how you want to pay. What we are looking at, we are negotiating to be able to extend it to 10 years. But what we are giving people is now a 3 years. Just be paying in bit and the house belongs to you. And if you have the opportunity and you are a contributor to NHF, then you don't have stress. Federal Mortgage Bank will pay for you. So what we are saying is that as a contributor, there is advantage. You are not a contributor, you have an advantage. But the key is that use your rent to be a house owner. That is it. Don't continue to be a tenant. Don't be looking for house rent every year. My house rent is due. Let it be a past tense. And this will encourage government to be able to do what they need to do so that houses will be available to everybody. Because in London today, in UK, what makes life easier for them is that they don't put you under pressure. You pay per month. Every month pay, and you are living freely. You don't need to be giving 6 month notice. That won't be those old era. Now I'm living in my house. You can tell anybody this is my house. And that is why the payment plan has been made in that way. So you are the one determining your payment plan, not us. Once you pay the 10%, you will now come to us. This is my payment plan. This is my capacity. This is how I want to pay. And we listen to you and we accept you in. That is the process.
Dr. Raymond Sheyi Akintayo, a quintessential gentleman, certified energy engineer, philanthropist, vision-driven entrepreneurial expert, and renowned industry captain, is the founder, group managing director, and chief executive officer of the Kabuta Group Limited.
Kabuta Group Limited is a product of vision, and it's a product of dedication of some group of men, credible men, men of integrity, and men of purpose. So the first entity that came up is Kabota Energy Services. So we started from the energy angle, and when we had our breakthrough, we had our success in that, we felt like in this environment, you have to be multifaceted, you have to divert, you have to do, and these are men which are renowned in their own industry. A renowned logistics person that has had over 15-20 years experience in logistics business should not just tell us that he cannot do a logistics business on hotel. A renowned property manager, a renowned investment manager. No, so me, I'm an energy expert. I have a background in energy, so energy, power infrastructure, and all that. So we feel like we have to set up all this for them to oversee and for us to have multiple streams of income, because that is a major strategy in sustaining. So first, we find success in energy, we have success in power. We need to move to other areas to be able to get ourselves balanced. So if there's any issue on one side, we can't use the other to cover up and we stay afloat. So Kabota Energy Services started. We came up with Kabota Group and we registered under it. And the aspect of the group, the idea of the group came because we also want to be conservative in terms of management, in terms of accounting, in terms of administration. We don't want all these entities to have their own separate, because it will become a kind of multiplicity of activities. So the only accounting department, group accounts, group administration, is the central. So we only have the operations for all these areas to do. So in that way, we are able to effectively manage resources to achieve greater purpose. So it's an holding company, and there are some other special businesses that may come up, transactions which we feel like, okay, fine, the Kabota Group itself should handle, because it's also a limited liability company. So that's how it came up. The vision and mission of Kabota Group encapsulates all the subsidiaries. Like I said earlier, we want to be a reference point in any area we find ourselves. So Kabota Group and the subsidiary, the entire vision is we want to be a world-class energy company, a world-class holding company, a world-class logistics company, just a world-class and a reference point in that sector. So that's the vision. In any sector we find ourselves, we want to be a reference point. Even in holding or subsidiaries, Kabota Group has to be a reference point. So that's the vision. Then our mission, we need to achieve these objectives by ensuring that we are sincere to our clients, to our customers, and also anything we do, we put our environment into consideration. Environment in terms of what are we doing back to the environment? Do you have a CSR you are doing? Are you helping? Do you have a welfare pulse? No, it's not all about you alone. Because if God has helped you to move far, you need to understand that you need to give out to people that are less. So that is also part of our vision and our mission to attain our vision. Yes, to the best of our understanding, to the best of my understanding, and because I see it all as the group managing director, we are achieving. It may not be to our own expectation, may not be to the level we want, but we are achieving them and we are moving. It may not be at the speed we want, but we are moving. We are not retarding, we are not slowing down, we are moving, but not at the speed we expect. Because the environment is impacting on activities, the business environment, but we are moving. Personally, I'm a multitasking individual. I may be having a meeting with you and doing other things. So that helps a lot because I can do several things. Like my colleagues and my other directors used to say, I like doing things by myself alone. But probably because I want perfection. I can't say I'm a perfectionist, I'm a realist, and in the sense of that realism, I always want to ensure that I control things by myself so that the outcome I can be able to justify. That is my form. I don't like passing blames. So if I fail, I know I blame myself, and in order not to fail, I have to be involved. So that's what on personal ground, that's what has been helping us to go. Then our corporate governance system is very good, very robust. We have taken our time to sit down to draw policies that are very protective of the company, protective of the staff, protective of our clients and everything. In every area of our business, we have come up with very robust policies. If you do that, you push sentiment aside, you push favoritism, any other form of issues that can alter your policies, you push them aside, you will definitely move. And that's what has been helping us. In the next few years, we intend to be a global brand. We have started laying the foundation now. We are reaching out. We are having brands, entities outside the country that are seeking partnership with us, because the issue is Nigeria is a fertile ground for business, investment and all that. But the way and manner the environment coordinates this is what puts people up. No sincere investor or sincere business party over there that wants to come to Nigeria will tell you that there are no sincere companies in Nigeria to work with. But how do you reach out to them? Because the image of the country, in one way or the other, has been battered maybe by some insincere, some deceitful and dishonest entities or individuals. But all in all, since we know where we are going and we've made honesty as our bedrock, we are reaching out to people. We have some entities over there overseas that are willing to come to partner with us in all our areas of business. We've had in properties, we have had in power, we've had in energy. And I think we're also talking on something in investment.
The story continues.
I bring a value, you bring a value. I mentioned some top global manufacturers in the world.
We've never seen ourselves as a company that has grown and will stop learning.
In the home, in the office.
And this is where we bring down the curtains on today's package of the EOM Business Network. Thank you very much for spending your valued time with us. We hope it was worth your while. But just in case you missed out on any aspect of it, then you can come with us to any of our feedback portals, as you can see on the screen. Our deep gratitude to you, our sponsors, for your continued interest and support. Always remember, with you and us, we are champs. Oh yes, I remain Olorogo Elkanah Mowari. Please, let's do this again, same time, same channel next week. We'll see you then.